Welcome back to American Beef Ranch. Today we're moving water tanks and we're fixing a fence because the cows are in the wrong spot and we got to move them. Let's get to work. Of course you would want to drink when I need to drain the water tank. I turned this water off planning on the cows drinking it down and me not having to drain it, but we can see that that didn't work out. So I'm taking this plug out. There we go. And then whenever I take the drain plug out, I just toss it in there so I don't lose it. Let that drain, we gotta go grab the pickup. We better hurry up, they're thirsty. That was more difficult than it needed to be. Before we get too excited, let's not forget to put the plug back in. And this plug is not the right plug, but somehow it works. Good enough. The water tank's in place. It is sloped a little bit away from the fence, but I think that float is deep enough in the tank, it's not gonna cause us any problems. So now we're gonna come right back over here. So this fence right behind me used to divide, this field from this field. And what I need to do is actually extend this fence out to where I have a hot wire, because I wanna keep the cows on this side of the fence into this field. I want them to bale graze out here. I want them to finish eating and really hit this hard as much as they can, or as long as I can hold them there before I move them over here. Because over here, we have where the pivot is and where we're gonna get the pivot going, but we also have another approximately 30-ish acres of ground over here that's native grazing, and we've been getting so much nice moisture, we're gonna have some good grass growth, and I want that grass to get the opportunity to grow up as big as we can. That way we can have as much grazing as possible, because we will be taking this 10 acres right here and putting it into crop ground, but that other 30 acres, and there's actually another 50 acres beyond that of desert ground that our cows will be able to use. So we want to go ahead and get that done. We're going to pull around here, see if we can find the post and everything, because I did have a hot wire set up there at some point. So I was able to find the wire. It looks like it broke off because I did have a hot wire here last year. So I'm just gonna string this wire out and go see if I can find the other end, because I'm pretty sure there's a spool on the other end of this wire on this other end down here. It also should be pretty close to where I need it to be. I've got the wire all reconnected and drug across where it needs to go. Pretty close. I'm gonna have to stretch it out one way. And I've got all the wire connected. I got all the extra posts I should need to get this properly off the ground. And a nice thing about putting that water tank down in that corner is cattle usually like to go around the perimeter of their pasture. And so when they run into this new wire that they haven't seen before, they'll either go that way or back up this way. And because of the angle of this fence, it'll probably push them to that corner up there, and they'll find the water tank. And once one of them finds the water tank, usually all of them will find the water tank. You may have one straggler that's a pain in the butt, but what are you gonna do? So let's get these posts put up and let's get this fence connected. I don't know if you guys can see it from here. Well, yeah, barely. There's a cow walking across that flat right there, and she's headed to the corner where that water tank is. And she's kind of found that's where the water tank is, and now you see we've got a herd of them following. And I'm kind of up here protecting this path because this is where they were walking, right through here. And I'm standing here, so these younger cattle, especially, these are look like our 2-year-olds and our 3-year-olds and stuff like that. They're going over there to that corner where that water tank is, and it looks like she's about to find it. And exactly what we want to happen. Yep, she's walking up to it right now. It's got her found. The rest of them are going to find it. I'm going to get this fence tightened up. I have to do a little modification to the spool. We'll show you that. And get this fence up so these cattle stay where they're supposed to. Okay, so this spool was not quite long enough. But luckily for me, I have an extra piece of wire laying here. So I'm going to grab this extra piece of wire, and it's broken off right here, and I think it's just long enough to do what we need it to do to connect over to this fence that is very hot. That's like pretty much perfect. So let's get this guy hooked up. Piece of wire that was laying on the ground, my other piece of wire, tie a square knot. Make sure I tie it the right way. These always take me a second to get straightened out. But usually when I tie a square knot, I have enough connection like that. So I've got 2 posts I gotta go put it on, and then we'll get it connected. I'm gonna go ahead. I think I'm gonna jump over this fence. I'm gonna spool up this wire so it's pretty snug. Oh man, come on. What I'm gonna do is, this spool is not electrified. Some of them are electrified up into the handle. This one's not, so I'm just gonna pull it tight. And try to wrap it without getting shocked. Because I want it, or actually, nope, what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna make this metal piece electrified by wrapping the wire around the hook like that. And then I'm going to take it. We need more tension. That's probably good. And then wrap it and then pull it, and there's a hook right here. And okay. Let's see if I can. And just like that, we're now electrified over here. So now that we're electrified, and I did verify we're electrified because I just got shocked. I'm gonna walk this fence. These posts are notorious for not standing straight up and down and letting the fence be lower than it should. And it's usually not a problem for the cows, but I like to maintain a certain height. As you can see, it gets bent over And that one, you see the problem there? It's not in the hook. Hold on. Because if it's in the hook, it usually, there we go. That one's set a little better, but I'm just gonna walk along the fence, get it set up as best I can. All right, let's check out Blackjack. This is the bull calf that we kept to be a bull. He'll be 2 this year out of a really small frame cow and a nice, I believe he's out of a lowline Angus bull, pretty sure. But I have to say that lowline's calves are all really impressive. We have some 2-year-olds that are outstanding here at American Beef Ranch right now. So anyway, bull prospect. I went ahead, I got little cows. We moved their water tank over to that corner so that they can stay on that side. We got this fence all set up along here, and we've got it, you know, even across here. We're not pulling on anything too hard or pushing on anything. The wire's nice and tight. The wire is nice and hot. So it's cold, I'm wet. I hope the sun comes back out and dries this place out, because we've got a lot more work to do and we have a lot more things coming up. God bless, have a wonderful day, and we'll see you next time on American Beef Ranch.